Morning. I want to make sure we get a good introduction for our special hermana of our Rotary Club that's going to be here today, Nory Oxenberg. One of the primary purposes of Rotary is to unite leaders and professionals to share humanitarian services. Our presenter today, Nory, says that in order to do that, we must empower individuals to create stronger and more resilient communities. As a founder of Local, am I saying it right? Local, and I will not spell it out in Spanish because there's a funny story behind that. Foundation, she focuses on strengthening nonprofits by developing grassroots leadership through three programs: Youth as Change Makers, Mujeres in Action, and Legacy in Action. She calls this activating community through purpose, and she learned much about how to do this through via a lot of different things, amazing amount of things. We don't even have enough time to go down all the things that she's done in Mexico and in the U.S. in the community of health and education. Please help me welcome Nory to the podium. Big round of applause from the Rotarians, your family here.
I've never been so nervous. Can you put it in there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to grab the clicker.
Absolutely.
Our height.
Yeah.
What- I don't know how to do that. That's why I didn't want to mess with it.
Okay.
Here comes
it.
Diego.
I think I got it. Nope.
No, porque se está cayendo.
We're going to blame it on Lee. I'll get out of the way.
Well, good morning, everyone. I've never been so nervous. And this is family for me. So I'm so happy to be here today and thank you for the opportunity. First and foremost, I want to tell you guys something that you might not know. So today is Gail Sherman's birthday, and Gail is one of our own. Yes. And Gail, she's not here today, and it's unfortunate that she's not because my first thing before I start this presentation is to really give a shout out to Gail. Gail believed in us, and when my team and I started going down this road to form Locale, she was there for us, and we are eternally, eternally grateful to her. So happy birthday, and thank you. Yeah. Second, before I get into the presentation, I want to tell you a little story because a lot of people always ask me, how did you get into this? Why did you do this? So, some of you that know me know that I've been involved here in philanthropy in one way or another for the last 10 years. And that led me to see a lot of things. I was involved in particular programs, but I always felt deep inside that there was a need that we were not covering. And that need was to have like an umbrella foundation. In the States, we're known more as a community foundation. As a matter of fact, we are 501c3. Here in Mexico, we are what's called a Fundación de Segundo Nivel, so a second level or second tier foundation. So it is called Local, and as our dear Joe said, I try not to spell it in Spanish other than to say L-K-K-A-L. And that's because I don't like to say KK in Spanish. And those of you that speak Spanish know where I'm coming from. So philanthropy for me is about building community, that's for sure. And when I had the opportunity to do that through putting some programs together and forming this second tier foundation or second level, what do we really do? Well, we connect dots between passion and purpose. And a lot of people come to us and say, can you help us? We're a new project, we're a small NGO, how do we get going? How do we do this? How do we navigate some of the laws in Mexico, which are, quite difficult to know. And one other thing that we believe is that we want to make sure that every good idea becomes a reality. There are a lot of non-for-profits here, as we know that. I don't know if you know that in Mexico, we are the one city that has the most NGOs per capita. And that is thanks to people like all of you sitting here, involved in many other different projects. So we believe that if we're able to continue that, but to do it in a way that also navigates the legalities and the intricacies that are involved in doing the work and forming a foundation. So we are there to make sure that change makers have a forum. We're there to support the NGOs. So Locale as a second level foundation has like two sides to it. One is the NGO or program that comes to us for support. And then the other side would be the individual that wants to get involved. Those are two very different sides to the same project. And that's important for us to understand. Again, we believe in being able to bridge those two things. And we have a vision. We're not just a foundation, but we're a movement. We're creating a movement. We're making sure that people that want to be involved are involved. And I know I'm sitting here talking to Rotary and at Rotary, but there's other people listening to us out there, and those of us that are Rotarians, we know what being part of a project is all about. But not everyone is ready to make a commitment to be a Rotarian. So we're there as another alternative. If you want to get involved in the community and don't really know where, then we want to make that happen for you. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Okay, so our vision is to see a better San Miguel for all. There are a lot of little projects and a lot of similarly minded organizations or groups doing similar work. And sometimes they're not being cohesive. They're not helping each other. They're kind of trampling over each other and duplicating efforts and doing things. And so we are a place where people can have those conversations. People can come and say, well, we're involved in this, we're doing such and such, whether it's helping animals, helping the environment, helping children, and where else can there be an alliance, and which other group is doing something similar that can help and can be part of that change. We envision a city where people of all kinds of backgrounds can get involved. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more, but earlier when Joe was introducing me, and he mentioned the Mujeres en Acción, and we on purpose named it in Spanish, okay, because we all know what that means, but we want to make sure that we involve locals as well. I think that as expats, many of us come here and we have this great need to serve and to be part of the community and to be of service. But I think that we have to have that inclusion more and more. And we're doing that. As a matter of fact, in Locale, our board is very diversified, and we have local members as well. And I love that. So another thing that happens to me often is that I have people asking me, how are you related to locale.com? Locale.com is an online platform that has been here in San Miguel for many, many years. And it is a way of getting information out to folks. It's a connector. And so one day, my good friend David came, Dr. Dave, as most people know him, and he said, what are you going to do next? What are you up to? And I said, I really don't know, but I see myself doing something at another level. I see myself really getting the community involved and really making a project that can be more inclusive. I don't want to just dedicate myself to one thing. I think there are many organizations that are already doing that very well. So our partnership was born. Okay, and this has been quite the ride. For me, it's been a pleasure. We get to do things for the NGOs and the projects that we support. For example, featuring stories, in our paper. Our digital paper or online platform is read weekly by 52% of our subscribers. And we're up there, we're getting up in the area of almost 6,000 subscribers. So we're doing really, really great. We also are able to offer that visibility to a project or to a need in the community. And finally, we are super excited about something we're about to roll out. In the NGO world here, we have a lovely office that's part of the municipality. And that office is the liaison between the municipal government and the municipality. The government in the municipality and the NGOs. And we've always wanted a calendar that is strictly for what's going on in the NGO world. So now Local has taken that on and we're going to get it done. And we're super excited because NGOs are already calling us and giving us their information to put up and their dates. Oh, and let me go back for a second. And every ad is supporting our mission. So, helping build community through stories, but being able to put some money into a fund that's going to help our community is one of the things that we're very excited about. So, what are those programs that we are so excited about? First and foremost, we're working with a local university and a youth empowerment organization that already exists. It actually exists worldwide, and it's called Youth Build. And Youth Build is an organization that is worldwide, and they have a presence here in Mexico. And we are building a program that is going to allow us to make sure that these young people have something meaningful to do in their life. We all know the statistics show that when young people are involved in making their community better, crime goes down, delinquency goes down. So this is one of the things that we're aiming for. So we're super excited about that. Then we have our Mujeres en Acción. Again, I have an office space that some of you have been to and know about. And it is right across the street from Luna de Queso. And in that office space, we get a lot of women coming by quite often and asking us, how can I be part of something? Well, we're building this amazing database that will allow us to take in all the information and match a person that wants to either give an hour, a day, whatever they want to do. For example, Carrie, I'm sure we're going to get you some drivers for the girls program, the Wise Girls that I'm so excited about. So we're going to be really helping make those matches happen. And then, last but not least, imagine coming here to San Miguel and not really knowing where you fit in and us being able to help you through a process. We're going to have a course that is going to be both, it's going to be a hybrid, it's going to be in person, a couple of days at our space, and it's going to be online, and it is with a coach. And that coach is going to help people figure out what they're passionate about and where do they want to plug in. And so that will help us help people have a legacy in their life, something that they can leave. It doesn't have to be money. Of course, we always welcome money, but this is about purpose. This is about passion. This is about fitting your talent and your treasure to the right place. And we're super excited about that. And another thing that has been a really wild and beautiful ride is the partnerships that we have formed. We have, from the very beginning, tried to help. We've done it many, many times, really as a volunteer. Joyce won't let me lie about that, as I say here, no me dejarás mentir, that one of our very first programs that we worked with is Niños con Autismo. But like, for example, right now, Amor del Bueno, who is a wonderful organization that's here in San Miguel, and the work that they do has to do with helping men and women navigate being in a healthy relationship rather than any kind of violence or abuse. And they do many, many workshops and seminars. So right now we're helping them put a program together. We're helping them do a fundraiser that they had no idea how to do. We have that experience. We can do things online for them. And so these are just some of the things in programs that we're working with. And of course, Mano Amiga, the micro lending project that I'm very involved with. I'm one of the founders. We started that about 6 years ago. And we have changed 200 women's lives and their villages because by empowering this woman to come out of poverty through her own business, we have made a lot of change happen. So they are actually transforming lives, and we're just there to help them scale it and make it better. So again, how do we connect people? What do? We have a database. We invite you to come to us, to write to us, to visit us. and be part of that database that can make your life different, can really help you focus on where is it that I can put my little grain of sand and make a change in this community. So that is what we're all about, okay? Creating bridges where none existed before. There are, of course, many ways to be part of it. You can decide that you want to be a mentor to, for example, a young woman that's just started a business, or a young youth that's part of the youth organization. Of course, we're always looking for help for events, for fundraisers, and any skill that you have. You would be shocked at how many places out there can really take advantage of that. You just don't know how much help you can be until we connect you. There's a role for everyone, really. I sometimes I'm surprised. I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were like, "Gee, we're only here part time." Well, this wasn't the other day. This was actually about a year and a half ago. They said to me, "Well, we're only here, half time," and we started talking, and it turns out that they are part of a group that travels. And right now, we have been able to put 2 trips together for them to bring groups here. And those people are now leaving a little legacy here without even really knowing it. And I was really just very, very glad that the conversation went in that direction, because here were these 2 people. They come here only part time. They didn't know how they could be part of something, and it's actually turned out to be something really big. We are expecting this group now on May 11th, no, May 5th. 11 members are coming from outside, and we put together a trip for them. So this is how all these things can happen, just through conversations and through really digging in and finding out what is it that I have that can make San Miguel better. Well, this we know. As Rotarians, we know that action is the fundamental key to success. And that's it. It's sweet and short. And just for you to know where we're at, I'm open for any questions, anything that anyone wants to add or comment. I think we're low on attendance today because it's getting hot in San Miguel, but I do want to give a shout out to all the folks that are on Zoom, because I saw a lot of names, and my daughter in particular, and I know that they're there to support me, so I really appreciate that. You had a question or a comment. Thank you.
First off, Nory, your nervousness was unfounded. That was a fantastic presentation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I have a 2-part question, and I
Sure.
want to phrase this very carefully.
Sure.
I think we all know that in a city like San Miguel, the influx of relatively wealthy expats tend to affect the local prices, specifically housing costs and other costs.
Correct.
Is there any way that that can be directly addressed? I think we address it indirectly in all of the work we do through NGOs and
Yes.
everything.
Thank you for that.
And secondly, perhaps even more sensitive of a question,
Uh-huh.
with what's going on in the States right now, do you expect or perceive an increase in anti-gringo, anti-expat sentiment? And what can we do about that to
Yes.
counter it?
I'm so glad you're asking me those questions, because they're based on, both of them have a base that's very, very important, which is how much can we do to educate? Education is key to everything that every single NGO does, whether it's Rotary or Local Foundation or anybody. So one of the things that we have looked at very carefully, and we are doing, is we're putting out a series of programs. I have incredible volunteers with so much talent that I can't even begin to tell you. And we are doing a lot of workshops in our space. For those of you that don't know, our space is located at Josefina Orozco, number 19, and it's interior number 5. We're across the street from Luna de Queso, and right behind the restaurant that's there, the Italian restaurant. And the reason to have a space is exactly for that, to help make people feel like they can drop in. It's a community. How do I fit in? What information can you give me to make it better? But listen to this. Yesterday, we were invited to be part of a really important thing that's going to happen here, and it's a university that's going to be online, and it's called University of Expats. And we're going to do a lot of educational programming through that online platform as well. So to both of your points, education, education, education. And for all of us to really have that sensitivity that when we are doing something, we know that we're coming from a good place. We know that we mean well. But you know the saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So we need to be very sensitive to that. And that's why, for me, being able to include locals, being able to have locals as part of the board, speaking in Spanish, naming programs in Spanish, and all of those things are about that sensitivity that I think we all need to have. And thank you for bringing that up. Anything else? Anything online, Diego? Well, oh, the guy I paid $20 to should have asked a question. He gypped me. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Nori. And don't go away. You get,
I'm not.
you get,
I can't wait.
you get one of these.
I can't wait.
She gets a mug.
I can't wait.
I had to steal one of these to get.
Yay.
So congratulations. You got a mug.